Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. I'd like to give a special welcome to Sanera Smith. We really appreciate her listenership. She's a valued listener, and I can tell she's good people. So definitely, we want to give a shout out to her, to Tim, and to all of those who comment and who participates to the show. I'd like to give a special thanks to Graphic, High Frequency, all the businesses, Brother E-Rail, with NB Breads, I Love Being Caribbean, that company, that family. We appreciate everything that the Caribbean community has done because, hey, we all are one family, right? So as I look out into this window, as I look out the window and getting fed wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from the ancestors, and I'm relaying that wisdom to you all who are listening tonight, because we are in a dark place right now. Some call it a epidemic. Some call it a pandemic. Some saying it's the apocalypse. Some are saying that this is a man's punishment and woman's punishment for the way that we're living currently, the way we're doing the planet Earth, the destruction we're causing. It's sad, but it's true, and we actually walking on the pages of Scripture, whether it be Bible or Holy Quran. We're walking on those pages as I speak. All of that is true. Just ask yourself, especially for those who read Scripture and who deem themselves as a spiritual person. Ask yourself, could we do better? I mean, how's the saying go? The proof is in the pudding. Somebody said the proof is, when you that was Joe Biden. The proof is when you're eating the pudding. But, we know what you're saying, Joe. But the proof is in the pudding, right? Just look around you. Murders everywhere. Men laying down with men. Public officials who cannot tell the truth to save their lives. It's just so much chaos, robbing old ladies, knockout punching old men. I mean, you could actually call this a savage nation that we're living in, right? And so since we can't seem to get it right, and since this planet that we call Earth is a living planet, it will destroy man before it lets man destroy her. Mother Earth not having. So to put us in check, you'll see earthquakes in diverse places, as Brother Farrakhan stated. You will see floods and water just raining for 3 and 4 days is just wiping out whole little towns, which it takes years to build, and some they haven't even rebuilt it yet. You will see things as they calling this a plague, this coronavirus, that they're estimating that before this thing is over with, it could affect 1 million and kill up to 200,000. I even heard some saying that it will affect up to 100 million and kill between 1.3 and 1.5 million. And it's funny, you see people not practicing safe distance because in their mind, some people don't see reality until it's actually right up in their face. They can't see the writing on the wall, or they can't see warning signs that's in front of them. to tell, that, hey, we're heading in this direction, meaning the lives that we live in, you might want to get it right so we can change the course of things, but, one indicator is stock market. That's why your president was saying, hey, people start killing themselves, because why will people start killing themselves? Simply because some people can't adapt to living without, or they can't adapt to not having a certain type of lifestyle. Black people, we say it all the time that we come out of slavery. We didn't have nothing, anything we gained was a blessing, but we can eat beans and rice. We can, we can survive. This ain't nothing new to us. But for those who never been between a rock and a hard place and had that silver spoon in their mouth all their lives, soon as heartache can hit, they'd rather die than live without, or die than rather be uncomfortable. And you see it all the time. Stock market crash, what do? They jump out the building and kill themselves. They can't cope, Now, is that greed, or is that, I had it so good all my life that I can't phantom in my mind to adjust to a living situation that is beneath what I'm used to. I can't. Some saying they can't eat just beans. They can't live in a certain condition. They'd rather just not be here. Well, some would say, well, those are the type of people who don't appreciate the gift of life that the Creator gave them. In the beginning was life. Well, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word became life. So when you have knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, actually you are the Word. You are the one you are the book. You are the one who creates, who has thoughts, and they bring those thoughts into reality with just the power of thought. That mind is so powerful. You can cure yourself with that mind. You can visualize. You can create with that mind. You can see danger when you're in tune. You're eating right. You're fasting. You're in tune. You can see far down the road, meaning you can have vision into the future where you can say, whoa, I need to get this together. I need to start preparing. That's your art. People might say, why are you planting the garden? You could have been planting the garden 4 or 5 years ago. Why are you out here planting the garden? Why are you staging some wood? Why are you stacking up on water? Why'd you go out and buy you another freezer? Why are you know what I mean? Look, instead of asking questions, you need to do what I'm doing. You need to build and prepare yourself for what's coming. Well, how do you know what's coming? Well, it happens. Every great civilization happened to Rome, happened to in Greece. It happened to Babylon. It happened to the Phoenicians. Happened to Atlantis. We start up a society. We start building. We start growing. Then man become envious and jealous of what talents and gifts that the God bestowed upon that person, and another person saying, well, but he bestowed talents on you too. But when you start saying, well, why can't I do what so-and-so is doing? But so-and-so is happy in what he's doing. He's not looking over there at you saying why he can't do what you can do. That's when the problem starts, when we stop and start looking over in somebody else's business. It's not, and stop paying attention to our own personal lives and business, so we can grow. And because it's infinite, you can. It's like a brick. You can put a brick on top of a brick on top of a brick, and you can build you something. But if you're too busy looking at somebody else's building, and what they're building might be a different shape, a different diameter, different structure than yours, you keep putting your bricks down, you're going to build something as great as you see fit, because it's coming out of your mind. You can't crawl into somebody's body and get into their mind and see what they thinking and what their next move is. You can only conquer your own mind, you know. And so maybe, who knows, maybe this is an act of God. That's what I'm hearing, you know. Or some, and the reason why I'm saying maybe is because I hear so many people saying, well, this could be, since there's a patent on the coronavirus that is man-made, because they want to get rid of the population, but not the whole. They want to cull the population because they figure it's too many people on the planet. So I heard that. I heard that the universal God is upset with man and women for the way we living. So he's spanking us in a sense. Take this plague, take this virus, and hoping that'll straight mankind out. And if that don't work, then he got something else he's gonna do to put on us, and see what that does. And if y'all hear those dogs barking in the background, I got tired of being in the house, so I'm outside doing the show. Being in that house was just, I couldn't take it no more. But I'm just simply saying, be the best you. So when we come up out of this thing, right, it's like a timeout. It's like the universe put man in a timeout, right? Quarantine, stay at home, don't nobody go outside, except if you got to get something essential, right? But no social gatherings, because we haven't learned how to social gather. When we social gather, what we do, we plotting on each other. Somebody's plotting on somebody's wife, or some females plotting on somebody's husband, or somebody's plotting to rob somebody, somebody's carjacking, somebody's shooting somebody, some guy getting into gang fights and whatnot. So they said, okay, y'all can't social gather, so separate, go home, sit down for a minute. Folks dying behind this coronavirus. Then after that, okay, let's go back out in the public and see if we can behave as adults, as human beings, right? And let's see if we can continue to build and grow, or will we come out and be savage and attack each other again? What is this thing with people buying guns and ammo? What, you can't shoot the virus, so what is that for? So I'm saying, okay, well, people buying guns and ammo because if they get hungry, they coming into other people's house looking for something to eat. They trying to take this as a pandemic, apocalyptic type movement, but they realize, man, been through so much till they not afraid. They tired. Everybody got guns. Folks is like, if you want to bring it, bring it. Nobody's afraid, but folks, everybody had racism. Folks not afraid. They tired, had enough. I mean, they had it up to here with it. So the racist rhetoric I'm hearing stories about in Kentucky, where cops harassing two black men for having a mask on, even though they're trying to protect themselves, and want them to remove the mask. And it's just idiotic. And I'm like, I wouldn't remove. I'm tired. Folks are tired. Don't remove your mask, man. Look. Go ahead on, leave me alone. I'm not bothering you. Don't bother me. You're not my maker or my creator. Times is just changing. So hopefully we can learn. This is actually a learning experience. This is time to sit down and analyze what's going on. Do your mathematics and your science. Analyze. Take a look at what's actually happening, around you. Why at this particular time period? Why a virus? Why did it hit China, Spain, Italy, in Europe, and now to the Americas? Why they keep pushing the deadline back? First, we was going to be back rolling by Easter. Everybody was going to be sitting side by side in church. Then it was pushed back to April 30th. Now I'm hearing mid-May. Stimulus checks coming. $1,200, $2,400 for couples, $500 per child if they really 16 and under. 12, and then supposed to get another one in July. Will that $1,200 last till July? What are you going to do with the money? You going to buy some food first, or you paying bills? Paying card note? Or you stacking up on the food to last, because you don't know how long this thing is going to be? And will the creditors be lenient, Or will they tax on late fees or the interest? Or will they double up and saying, well, hey, it's over with. I want my money next month. And if you don't have it, okay, well, now I got to penalize you. I mean, it's just so many questions, you got to ask. And sometimes when you take them forbearance loans or loan modification from these mortgage companies, little do you know, over time they can work against you to foreclose on your house anyway. So do your research and have your lawyer look at it. But if you can pay. You can pay. What about the stocks? Some of the investors saying, hey, when there's hard times out, that's the time to invest. Can you withstand and sit back and ride the market all the way up and make you some money during this time? Or should you be thinking about money during this time? It's just so much. And, the world is just, you can't put your finger on these times. I mean, earthquakes in Utah and the Carolinas, what's going on? Cold fronts coming through. Some are reaching its record high heat days. Children out of school, eating parents out of house and home. I mean, they bored, they getting antsy. How long can you keep their attention before things become mundane and they adapt to it and become habitual and they like, oh yeah, whatever, I need some excitement. What about the cruise industry? Will that ever come back? People dying on the ship. They're not letting them dock the ship. Is there trust in it? What about the movie theaters? Will people be not afraid to sit next to each other in a movie theater from here on out? Or will we start streaming our movies on Netflix and getting the up-to-date latest movies through a streaming service? I mean, who knows what lies ahead? Can we believe in the president's word, or can't we believe in the president's word? Are they contradicting each other? Are they on the same page? Do they know what's going on? Are they telling the American people the truth? I mean, it's just, I'm hearing so many questions, by me having a radio show. People that I know who knows, they ask me, man, what's this? What's going on? What's? And I'm like, wow, there's more questions today than answers. The coronavirus, who does it attack? Is it 65 and older, or is it 50 and older? Or is there age limit? Is it attacking everybody? Is it just those who have respiratory problems and high blood pressure and diabetes? Or is it just attacking everybody that is seasoned? It doesn't have a discrimination. It's what about the food supply? I mean, as far as the heartlands where the land is not producing and whatnot, how we're going to sustain? I mean, it's just so many unanswered questions, and what's going on with the presidential election? What is Joe Biden doing? It's so much. It's so much going crazy to the dogs going crazy. They over here trying to ask me some questions to ask you all. I just haven't learned the language of the dogs yet. You know what I mean? Some have, but I haven't. You did. But hey, that's what it is. I just wanted to share that with you all because I didn't have a show planned tonight. But so I just got on here and started rambling. I didn't have a show planned, but I just wanted to reach out to you all because I can feel your energy is what I'm saying. Everybody that's listening, I feel you. I see you. You know what I mean? I understand. I feel those waves that's coming out of that brain, out of that mindset that's coming out of your head, that's in this atmosphere. I'm picking up on it. Believe me, I'm picking up on it. We don't have to personally talk with the voice, but we communicating with the mind. We communicating with energy. So I feel it. I feel you. I that's why when you hear me say on this show, Verbal Pick Radio listeners are some of the most smartest, brilliant, wisest people you'll ever meet. Because we found each other. Verbal Pick Radio, we're out.